If you are searching for the best AI RFP software, the honest answer is it depends. A chatbot, an AI agent workflow tool, an enterprise RFP software cannot be the right choice, but for different buyers and different proposal processes. I'm Javier Escartin and I build DeepRFP. So obviously I'm biased toward AI agents and the workflow category, but I want to show you where each category and type of tool makes sense. First, you have one of chatbots like ChatGPT, Gemini, or Claude. These are already very good if what you need is hands-on help with very specific tasks. For example, summarize this section, rewrite these texts, brainstorm through this, analyze a single requirement, and so on. For that kind of work, you may not need dedicated RP software at all. The problem is that this is not really a workflow, and so it's solving only very small bottlenecks, and you still need to micromanage the process, testing the content, explaining the task, working on the prompts, checking the answers, integrating those tiny bits of responses into your whole proposal or your whole analysis, etc. You also need to think about context limits, data privacy, and governance, especially if you are working with client documents, your company confidential info, confidential RFPs, or any other kind of sensitive data. So chatbots are great for one-off help, but are not built to run full proposal processes. Then you have the more advanced category of AI RFP software that is focused on solving bottlenecks and workflows, especially with AI agents. This, by the way, is where DeepRFP.com is built to fit. The idea is to use specialized AI agents to solve common bottlenecks in the RFP proposal process. Things like reviewing RFPs and getting a full document analysis, understanding those requirements within the context of the company, writing full proposals drafts, this idea of uploading the RFP, passing some of your content, and then getting a full draft as an output, not just a few pages as you would get in a chatbot, but a full proposal following the table of content of the RFP, addressing every requirement, using your data, your approach, and so on. Doing advanced pricing strategy, also running compliance checks, and full proposal reviews, like what you would get when you run a proposal color review. The difference here is that AI is not just answering a prompt. It is working inside a proposal-specific process, following proposals know-how that is already embedded in the application. So from the point of view of the user, you are just asking for a specific deliverable. In the back end, what you get is a group of AI agents orchestrated to follow a proper RFP proposal process. So you can get these full advanced documents, whether it's an RFP analysis or a draft, just by passing your inputs and waiting a few minutes. You don't have to worry about micromanaging a chatbot, how to prompt it. You don't need to worry about what info to pass for this specific question. And this matters because proposal work is not only about generating text. You need to understand what the buyer is asking for, what the compliance requirements are, where are the risks, where are the gaps, what the win theme should be, how the response should be structured, and how to turn messy company information into a strong proposal. You can do some of this with ChatGPT or other chatbots, but you usually have to manage the whole process yourself, assemble the workflow, and also assemble the outputs, and be comfortable working with all the tweaks and tricks you need for chatbots to perform well. DeepRFP is built for small business owners, proposal consultants, and lean bidding teams that need actual proposal workflows without the enterprise software bloat. Then on the other side, you have enterprise RFP software. This is where you'll find platforms like Loopio, Responsive, and all the big names in this RFP management tools space. These tools can make sense for big teams with approvals, governance, corporate compliance, large content libraries, many contributors, and very complex internal process and hierarchies. That is not bad. Companies often need that. If you are a small business owner, a proposal consultant, or a small proposal team, you may end up paying for a lot of this extra enterprise stuff that you probably don't need. A lot of legacy enterprise tools and even AI native tools focused on enterprise are solving the same broad use cases. The buying reality is different. Enterprise software often means booking a demo and then a qualification call just to get a quote and know the price, procurement processes, slow onboarding, your setup, internal processes, and all this ends up in higher cost. AI native tools that are focused on solving RFP workflows with AI agents are often faster, lighter, more automated, and easier to adopt and start getting value. One more important distinction. Questionnaires are not the same as narrative proposals. A lot of RFP software grew from Q&A banks, security questionnaires, and repeated answer libraries. That works well when your proposals are mostly about providing short answers to the same repetitive questions. But many bits are not just questionnaires. in technical approaches, management plans, implementation plans, as matrices, pricing narratives, and long documents that need structure and judgment. So if your work looks more like a real proposal, a text document, rather than filling a questionnaire, you should look carefully if the particular tool is built to automate these advanced proposal workflows, not just reusing past answers questions. Simple decision rule is this. If you only need one of help, use some chatbot. If you are a large enterprise proposal team with many internal requirements for procurement, approvals, governance, need a lot of certifications, and all that enterprise work, look for AI RFP software in platforms like G2 or Gartner and see what players are performing better there. With one important distinction, keep in mind which companies are legacy vendors that added a layer of AI on top of what they already had versus those companies that built AI native tools from the beginning, which often had more opportunities to leverage this technology. But if you are a small business owner, a proposal professional doing some freelance work, or a small proposal team, and you are looking to solve real proposal workflows without all the complexity involved in enterprise software, then these AI agents for specific AI RFP workflows, the category for you. And this is indeed the category I built DeepRFP for, which you can try for free at deeprfp.com. And it is self-serve, affordable. We actually have the prices public on the website, and it's built for practical proposal workflows like analyzing RFPs, drafting proposals, doing compliance analysis, pricing, call reviews, and so on. To try it for free and check all the details, you can use the link in the description and in the comment section.